Hey guys, this is the Polaris Sportsman Ace. It is the 330 model, so not the really cool 570 they just came out with. It's here, clicker-roo. It's the old 330. It's a pretty basic model. It's the 330 single cylinder is actually what's in my KLX Supermoto at the moment. So similar engine, but this thing weighs several hundred pounds more. In front of me is the Polaris Razor 1000S, so not really a fair fight. It's definitely not going to be a race. So, yeah, he'll have a little bit more acceleration and pull and whatnot than I will, so get this thing going here. Obviously, it's a voiceover right now. The first part, I wasn't actually talking during the actual test ride. But yeah, take it out. I'm pretty much Polaris's target audience for this machine. They pretty much took an ATV and put a roll cage and a steering wheel on it. Kind of made it like a one-seater UTV, except it's because of its wheelbase. It is classified as an ATV and can be taken on ATV trails in most parks. It's just a test ride we're having here on private property. It's a work outing. Acceleration, as you can see here in the straights, it's a bit lacking. But this thing makes sense to me because I grew up driving in the snow. And I've tried driving ATVs and I suck at it, as you'll see in other videos, because the handlebar confuses me. I don't understand how to steer with the handlebar because it does not handle like a motorcycle, but I try to act like it will. And this thing's like driving in the snow. See the counter steering? I do it without even thinking. And that makes sense to me because I grew up driving in the snow. So I understand how to counter steer and with a steering wheel, but I don't understand how to do it with four wheels with a handlebar. So this to me was very confidence building as far as riding on the trails and whatnot. So we'll do a couple of laps here. You do have to kind of two-foot it in order to keep the RPMs up because this thing, if you just brake, just let off the gas and brake into a corner, it will have nothing coming out. So you'll hear the engine kind of stays revved, and even when I'm braking, I'm actually two-footing it a little bit to artificially keep those RPMs up. The suspension's lacking, so you'll notice I have to kind of brake a little bit more. I've tried coming in on an earlier test ride in the day. I came in a little hot in the corner, and it went up on two wheels. And, it's just a test ride, and it doesn't belong to me, so I didn't want to roll the darn thing, even though it does have a roll cage. So I take it a little easier coming into the corners, and especially if there's any kind of rut or divot right before that corner, because it just throws off this. It is an entry-level ATV, UTV thing. So, but it's fun. It's really fun. Definitely recommend it for if you're that target audience. But if you're a bigger dude and you're not 100 pounds and you're already comfortable driving one of these, the 570, especially the 570 with power steering that they're coming out with, would be way more fun. So that would be my recommendation. Yeah, see how jarring that is when you hit some of these bumps? Yeah, and it wouldn't really be worth putting the money into this one to upgrade suspension and whatnot. I'd rather get the 570 and then build from there if you want to or have to. But yeah, that thing would be a beast. This thing's a little bit of a dog, even with me in it. I'm only 100 pounds. But it was still a really fun day, and I had a great time. So let's take another lap here or so, and then peace out, homies.